What's up, guys? Martinique here from the AdQuiz team. Today I have something exciting to share with you guys. This is about ad copy. Why? Because we do numerous Google Ads accounts and we always see this average ad copy, guys. I know GPT can be pretty valuable, but don't just copy paste it into your account. So I thought, why not just create a video showing you exactly the process that we at AdQuiz use for our clients to making sure ad copy always sends out high CTRs. Let's just dive in, guys. I have like a document here. I'm just gonna walk you through. It contains what your ad copy should contain and how we're just gonna set that up and some inspiration sources for you guys as well. Then I also have linked a sheet which we always use with some examples and some questions to ask yourself to make sure that your ad copy stands out and you're not just typing random words, seeing what pops to mind and then calling that ad copy. Then as well, also have some small things about assets, guys. Just some resources for you to help you get your ad copy on point. I mostly see this happening when entrepreneurs handle their Google Ads accounts themselves and that they're just writing like generic ad copy. That's like a waste of money, guys. I'm just gonna dive right in and I hope you guys like it. So as said, this is about explaining our train of thought and our way of working when using ad copy. So we had like numerous resources here, books and all sorts of stuff that we use to learn from. I'll make sure to link that as well. And of course the resource will share it in the comments, of course. First off, there's like a few elements that we're going to talk about today. So we have some headlines, we have some descriptions, we have some extensions. We'll go over it in a bit. First off, I'd like to say that the number one thing we see going wrong with ad copy is that it's just irrelevant. It's generic, doesn't stand out. If your ad shows, it's probably showing together with a few other ads. So you have to make sure that you stand out and that you tell the reader what they want to read. So I have like a few tips here. First off, what should ad copy tell the reader? It sounds pretty basic, but there are like lots of ads overloaded with one of these elements, but I rarely see all of them utilized properly, guys. This is really important. So first off, what you're helping your customers achieve, and it sounds so basic, it sounds so generic, like, hey, we just sell whatever category or product, buy it. Yeah, that's of course not, it's a call to action, so it's not wrong, but there are definitely some things that need to be added. I have all of these in examples in a bit. And why are you better than competitors? Do you have like free shipping? Are there other USPs? Are you rated, let's say 9 out of 10 or maybe even 9.9 out of 10? Make sure to throw all of that in your ad copy. So all your USPs, all of them, everything that you can think of, just write it down and make sure that you know exactly what you're dealing with. So what problem are you solving and how are you actually doing that? So what are you doing and why are you doing it and how does that make people feel? It all sounds like so easy and I understand that makes sense, but just check when you have these examples in a bit. And of course a call to action, buy now, visit our store, whatever. And make sure to grab attention, and that's often easier said than done. There are of course lots of ads online in our world today. So I have like some general tips here. Make sure that you stand out. For example, use easy to understand language. It's basic. Just write your ads like you're explaining it to a 5-year-old. Not everyone knows the words you're using. Triple check for spelling and grammar, guys. I'm so allergic to this. In Dutch, we have like lots of different errors that you can make. With written language, really prevent this. It looks super stupid. Don't lie. We all know that people are lying about their reviews. Nobody is rated 10 out of 10. So just make sure that you're honest here. If you have like a certain little small lie in there, like, hey, we're rated higher than we actually are, and someone sees it, trust instantly gone, and you've lost them all. Fill up your ad copy. If you have 30 characters, use 30 characters, or at least 25, because you're really wasting ad space. If you're not doing so, I always like to look at it as real estate. So we pay for a certain placement, might as well fill that placement up, and make sure that the competitors aren't taking that space that we also pay for. Use pins or don't. Whatever, depending on what you would like to say. If you have like a certain promotion going, always show it in your ad. Those are CTR boosters, like crazy. I have all of these in examples in a bit for you guys. So then I have some more in-depth tips for headlines, because these are like pretty generic ad copy tips that you can use for all sorts of channels. You can also use this for offline copy, whatever. So when we have like specifically for Google Ads, I really like writing my headlines like this, and I know that there are researchers stating that it doesn't work, or it doesn't work anymore, because of course if anyone does it, there is no element of surprise anymore, and then you're just not really standing out. Just test it. I have like a test all the way down here, where I'll show you guys some numbers and how to run this test, and which one won. Also use numbers and use characters that other people aren't really using in their ad copy. So use exact numbers. Rate 9 out of 10 of this much ratings. It doesn't have to be this specific. One example is that this is a pretty good example. So if you have like a case study with numbers, show the real actual numbers, because it really makes a difference. If your ad copy would look like, hey, on average we have around 50k client profit. Of course, it doesn't fit the headline, but it's just to make an example. This is not catchy at all, and this is because people tend to believe it more, because it's such a specified number. Also use numbers. Don't only use text. Try to switch it up a bit. Use some numbers. Use some other signs, characters as well. For example, like this. Don't just write number 1 in letters. Use this, and you can also tell much more in your ad copy, because this is only 2 characters. So you also have to be like a bit creative when it comes to ad copy in how you can fit as much as possible within a small amount of characters. This is a pretty logic one, I guess. Use keywords in your ad copy. Google also like this. For the quality score part, just don't keyword stuff it. Use it once. Ask questions. So for example, looking for category X, question mark. Pretty easy, but it does show for a yes answer to be triggered, which can be a benefit and can be a CTR booster. Share social proof. If you have reviews, guys, you haven't collected these reviews for nothing. Make sure that the world knows that you have some good reviews and that customers love you. This is just what your ad copy should always say. Use action words. I have like a huge list here. I just pulled one from the internet. This page doesn't even work. There are numerous pages for action words, for ad copy, for advertising, or how you just want to say it. Even MailChimp has one. There are lots of resources on this, guys, and this stuff really works. For example, let me just pull one here. No, I don't want that. So for example, challenging, complicated, struggle. These are words that actually stand out, and when I just say it out loud like this, it doesn't really spark anything. But if it's written down, it really makes a difference. Read this stuff about power words. It's crazy. Also, ad customizers like keyword insertion. This kind of looks like using your keyword in your ad copy, but it can actually spark people's interest. And when you use the same language as those people do, that can already be like some sort of a connection, and that people just connect with you on that level. Also have some resource from Google here. Not going to go into detail about that. Also have this for the descriptions. It's like kind of the same. I just mostly fill them with relevant copy. I don't copy paste the headlines, but I make sure to change them a bit and just make sure that all the USPs are there, because the headline is the most catchy thing. It's not the description. It's a good addition, but it's not the main focus. Also some things about extensions. We'll go over that in a bit, guys. Also have like written a little thing about using of AI, of ChatGPT, Claude, you name it. I'm gonna go over that in a bit as well. First, I'm gonna go over this file that we created, and that kind of helps us in asking ourselves and the client, of course, the right questions. So first off, there are some questions we always ask ourselves, like, hey, who is the target audiences? It's such an easy question, but if you write for 25 plus aged females, you'll write in a different way than when it's for 65 plus males. It's just another, you can use another type of language there. I like to ask myself 3 questions. So what are the main challenges? I have this example here. Let's just say that we're running ads for makeup website, and this is probably aged for females, let's say 25 plus, and there are some main challenges here, and there are some preferred outcomes, and it's also like this thing like, hey, how do we differentiate from competitors? So when asking myself these 3 questions, it kind of helps me in knowing what to write down, or what to ask GPT when I use AI for some tips and some tricks. So let's say we have this, like, hey, we can find high quality products, we don't know what to use exactly, and we're not feeling confident because these ladies might use the wrong products, unknowingly, of course. Of course, they want to feel confident and want to learn exactly which products they need so they can keep on feeling that confidence. And let's say they offer free shipping and they have like a personal shopping. That just came to my mind. It's like a super random example. You should always like fill this in for yourself, obviously. So then looking at how we would write our responsive search ads. Just, hey, we're gonna use dynamic keyword insertion, obviously. We're gonna say like, hey, we're number 1 in, let's say, a certain category, let's say a certain service. Also, if we go for high quality, let's say maybe we offer super low price, then we just probably change it to that. But we want to use that category or that service in our ad copy to make sure that people know what they're selling. Also some sort of experience. People like experienced companies. That's just what it is. Nobody likes the new kids on the block who hasn't had any customers yet. I tend to use a year because sometimes advertisers use a number of years, but that's of course nonsense, because then you would have to change up that number every year, and in practice that just never happens. So instead of, let's say I start my business in 2000, I would probably say I wouldn't write 25 years of experience, I would write experience since 2000. Feel confident, that's of course like the preferred outcome. So when when our target audience reads this, they'll think like, hey, these guys understand me, they know what I want, we have like a connection here. Let's say with offer discounts, definitely throw it into our copy. We have shipping, also throw it in, throw in all your USPs, at least the most important ones, of course. As a winner of any awards, good reviews, that's just the social proof part that you really want to have. Also, let's say we offer like free personal shopping and your competitors don't, so then you're looking at that part, what your competitors are doing, aren't doing what you're doing. Also like a rating and a call to action. These can of course be lots of different variants, and just make sure to experiment with that. And for the description, I also tend to use like that keyword insertion part, and also mention all these USPs again. At least the relevant ones, like the real killer USPs. Just shout them off the rooftops. the entire world has to know why you are better than your competitors, why you're fixing pain points, and what those pain points are. People should really buy from you. You are the number one. Make sure to tell the world that you're the number one. There's no such thing as not telling the world why you're the best. This should always be done. But don't keyword stuff it. Google will probably penalize you. So that goes for generic ad copy, writing of responsive search ads. I also have this about the assets. So let's say we'd be writing site links. I have some tips here. Callouts, I have some tips here. And the structured snippets as well. I won't go all the way into detail here. But this is just for the site links. Like just take all the relevant pages, like the super important ones. So let's say you would want people to contact you, just link the contact page, link the best sellers, link your best product categories, and of course also your most relevant ones. Kind of depends on your account structure. I tend to use them on account level, depending on my setup, of course. Then I also like to mention my USPs here, and I also like to mention my USPs in the callouts. Together with any promotion I'm running, always have the ratings there and the call to action. That's just super important. For the structured snippets, I just take like whatever products we sell, list them, categories, services, whatever you sell. Just make sure you mention all the relevant and the right products and the categories here. Feel free to use this, guys. Make your own copy. If you need any examples, just let me know. Going back to this, so now we covered a bit on the extensions and the descriptions. Whenever I use AI, let's say ChatGPT, not gonna do that now to keep it like short and quick for you. I bet you know how to use ChatGPT and generate some ad copy for you guys. I've like this prompt I like to use. And then here you insert the data that you ask yourself here. So you put the question in and you put the answers in, and then the most relevant points ChatGPT will use to help you write some ad copy, and that should like serve as inspiration. Never copy paste it. Sometimes if they're really good, you might want to copy paste one or two of them. I like to use it as inspiration only. Then lastly, you could just steal this. I'm not gonna go through it all the way. Lastly, regarding the testing of ads, this is an important one, guys, because since responsive search ads launched, we can't really do like clean A/B tests anymore. So what I like to do is first decide on a hypothesis. So my hypothesis here was, hey, my unpinned RSA will probably outperform my pinned RSA, or not. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember. It doesn't also matter in this example. So I said instead of only looking at CTR or CVR, I looked at or ROAS. I looked at revenue per impression, because it can happen that your CTR is up, but your CVR is down. So your ROAS could be either up or down, and then you wouldn't really know how to pick a winner. Of course, CTR is the main thing, but it can also happen that your CVR is also affected by an ad, maybe because a certain group was less appealed by your ad and therefore they didn't click, but they are your target audience, whatever. There could be like numerous examples here. So I like to break it down in taking all the impressions, taking all the clicks, then winner in CTR, but these are like really close to each other. Winner in CVR, well, yeah, this one is clearly the winner, and this one is clearly the winner as well in ROAS, although there is not like a huge difference here. It's like 5%. So then I break it down by revenue per impression. So how much did every impression actually did in revenue, and then you're basically ignoring the CTR isolation or the CVR isolation or the ROAS isolation, and it just takes all these in one metric, showing you the actual winner. I really like to use this method. I use this every month when I run ads, and when there is like a clear winner, I just pause the old one and keep the green one. So I really hope this was helpful for you guys. You just like have to read through it yourself. My voice here was just a guide for you to make sure that you guys understand it. Just make sure you have all the elements in here, what the ad copy should tell the reader. Then you should really be good to go. But keep on experimenting with your USPs, with your word, the way you are wording things, your use of words, the type of language you're using. And when you are testing, make sure to utilize this method. If you're not using ROAS or CPA, you can also do conversions per impression. Of course, that doesn't really matter. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you found it valuable. If you need anything regarding Google Ads or ad copy or whatever, or you guys have any questions that are Google Ads related, just hit me up. I'll be sure to answer them. We at AdGrease, we only work with senior experts, at least 5 years of experience. If you have anything that comes in your mind regarding Google Ads, anything you're running into, we also do free audits. If you're a business struggling with Google Ads, make sure to hit us up. We'll make it work for you. Thanks, guys.